is similar to Bobby's. Yes, we may need to involve controller to do something. I think one major thing is that in current controller, such as job controller or replica controller, they didn't. They try to create a pod as soon as possible. But when we consider the gang scheduling part, I think we may create a pod in some kind of series. For example, create a pod for one job, and then the other one, so they can make sure the job can create enough pod for the gang scheduling, and the impact is only the last job the job. For example, only the last job cannot create enough pod. This is something in my mind. I think we may discuss the detail later in the design document, in the design or in the meeting. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, and then Ravi, your question I guess had another part, which is let's say that 10 of these pods are running and we're happy, but suddenly 2 of them die. So the number of running pods drop below the number specified in the gang. What should we do? I guess this part can be addressed by the gang policy. So gang policy specifies, for example, that if the number drops below the specified value, then go ahead and kill all of them, or wait for a certain number of minutes or seconds or whatever for the number to go back to 10. For example, there is a controller. We usually have like these collection controllers like replicas of jobs, etc. So those controllers may add more pods, and those pods may get scheduled. So within that time frame that is specified in the policy, we may get back to 10. In that case, we just continue the execution. Let's say that it doesn't happen after like a minute or whatever is specified. We don't get back to 10. Then we can kill the pod. So these are some of the some of the possible policies that we can think of up front. Does it make sense?
Yeah. So when I looked at the document, I thought we wanted to use the job template and the job framework to, which technically means the job controller to do the same. So that's why I'm a bit concerned, like, because the job controller, say if the pod creation fails, it treats that as a failure.
Job controller, I see. Well, first of all, we are not limited to job. Basically, what we had in mind is probably not to limit gangs to only jobs, but I can see that jobs are probably going to be the most common form of collections that are used in a gang. Sorry, let me just turn on the lights here. I guess the sensors are not working. 1 second. Okay. Yeah, so that is true. So in a job, if a job dies, the job controller doesn't bring back those killed instances. And you may want to think about some ways. For example, one possible thing is that once the number of once some of the jobs exit with no error, in that case we don't want to recreate those objects or pods. But if they exit with an error, for example, if they crash or exit with any other error, then we want to recreate them. We may want to, for example, change job controller to address this problem. These are some of the ideas.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thanks.
Sure. All right. Any other question about gang scheduling? All right. So Harry is here. Harry, there are a couple of items that you have been working on. One was the image locality. I think the PR is merged. Are we going to enable it by default? How is that going forward?
We already have a pending pull request to enable image locality priority.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so I'm asking Shiva to update the pending PR with tests. So I think we can continue to review that pull request after he finished his work. and then we will enable the priority in the next release.
Sounds good. Yeah, please ping me if you need my review.
Yeah, I will.
And there is also this equivalence cache. I have left a couple of comments. We are seeing kind of odd behavior because the results that I'm getting on my machine are not exactly the same as you are seeing. So I wonder if you are running it with a different configuration, or maybe you have set some particular parameters on your machine in terms of like number of processes or anything. Have you had any chance to take a look at it?
Yeah, I'm looking at it, but actually I noticed something interesting. It is, I see the difference between your number and my number. I found that it is not equivalent cache is getting worse. It is actually have the same performance, but I found that it's the default scheduler is becoming better.
Yeah. What do you mean by default scheduling becoming better?
Yeah, actually, the scheduling result in your test, the default scheduler, I mean, without equivalent cache,
when the cache is disabled,
better than mine.
Yeah. Well, that is kind of expected because performance of machines can be different, right? So,
right, but I can now reproduce this problem with the latest head.
By reproducing, you mean you are also seeing performance degradation when you enable equivalence cache?
Yeah. So in my test, I did this test last night. So in my test environment, I can also see that after some commit, I don't know which commit actually, this performance of default scheduler is greatly improved, but I don't see there is any significant patch there.
Okay. Interesting.
I'm still not very clear about why it happens. So in my test, the performance of equivalent cache when equivalent cache is enabled never changed. It's fixed, but the performance of default scheduler changed. I don't know what we did. I will check the commit history to see if somebody changed the test or.
Are you talking about performance getting a little better?
Yeah, I mean default scheduler is getting better.
Yeah. So yeah, I actually made a kind of like a small change that improved performance by like 20% or so.
Yeah, are you talking about the sort?
The sorting. So so basically what the scheduler was doing was that scheduler was scoring all the nodes and then was sorting all the nodes based on the score to pick the best nodes, basically pick the best scores, maximum scores.
But this only affects the priority phase, not the predicate one, right?
It doesn't, but it affects the overall performance of the scheduler.
Yeah. So I actually did the CPU profiling with different tests. I found it is a predicate was improved so much.
Oh.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know about that. So.
I will check that. I will check that to see. I will guess somebody changed the tests maybe. Because we are always
that's possible. I don't know. Maybe, yeah, please take a look and let me know.
Yeah, it's very rare.
Funny, interesting. All right, so in the interest of time, let's move on. We have a couple more items that we want to.
Yeah. Bobby, a quick question.
So this.
Is equivalence cache part of the default scheduler or is it outside?
It's actually part of the default scheduler, but it is still an alpha feature. It's not enabled by default.
It could improve the performance of default scheduler once it's in there.
So equivalence cache can improve performance of default scheduler once it's enabled, of course. But what we are talking about is that we recently are seeing some improvement in the performance of running predicates. That's something that we don't expect. Actually, Harry is seeing that. I'm not so sure if I have seen the same thing. But anyway, maybe there is something in his setup, or maybe some new changes made change something in like tests or our algorithms. We are investigating that.
Okay, good. And I had one other question. You're talking about gang scheduling earlier. Is that still part of the arbitrator, or are you thinking of it as part of the default scheduler?
So at the moment, we are still thinking about building it as a part of the Kube arbitrator. Maybe we may rename Kube arbitrator to like Bash scheduler or something. But anyway, that's a plan. We are building it as an external component at the moment. But of course, it's not going to stay as an external component forever. So once it goes through like maybe one cycle or so, we're trying to bring it as a part of the default components.
And I guess that may also fit in with the framework kind of things.
Yeah, we are thinking about that too. So we will see how it goes. All right. Okay, so Wei is here. Wei, you've been working on tainting node by condition. I know that you have a PR that is either merged already or is going to get merged. So if you have any updates, please go ahead.
Yeah, for the taint node by condition feature, which is supposed to be promoted to beta. So this one PR merged yesterday, which is just about the different kinds of integration tests to cover almost all the scenario there. And for the core code, I didn't have a PR. And for the website, I do have a PR, and it's being reviewed. Okay. Yeah, I think after that PR is merged, I can get in touch with the release team to have some release notes, so we can close this for beta. And the other item is that maybe the other one is more critical, which is the schedule the daemon sets parts by default.
The other item. Yes.
Yeah. For that one, I did some initial research on the GitHub issues to kind of aggregate all the related issues to one placeholder issue. So, and actually, I happened to find one guy opened the issue to claiming that the daemon set doesn't schedule or running the part properly. This is also another issue I was trying to fix. So for that issue, although it's not in particular related with our scheduler, but it's still going well, and I think we have, thanks to the Klaus's comments and also Legit or someone else, so we have come to a choice stage to choose choice solution A or solution B. And today I did some benchmark testing. It looks similar of the two solutions. So yeah, I will follow up on that with.
You did a great job, by the way, on debugging and investigating that issue and fixing it.
Thank
you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, that was pretty tricky. Yeah. That is almost all about.
Okay. Thank you so much. So Ravi is here. Ravi, do you have any?
Oh, sorry. Hi, Bobby. Yeah, I think for the taint node by condition, I think there is a pull request about to enable it as a beta release. Yes, I think we can get this merge recently because the integrity test is already here, so we can catch up earlier if there are any other potential issues.
Okay. So basically, you are saying that you want to enable it as a beta, and then that's fine. That's the plan. But I didn't get the last part. You said that we are going to release it as a part of different release. What was that?
I think Klaus is meant to modify the flag in Kube features.go, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure.
Yes. I think we can get this pull request merge. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Sounds good.
Yes, that's great. Yeah.
Ravi, do you have any updates on the scheduler? How things are going there?
Yeah. So we are internally debating if we want the same feature that we have in rescheduler or not. So the main idea is let's continue with rescheduler till 1.11 and push descheduler as add-on component. And after like 1.12, when we are releasing 1.12, we will not release rescheduler, but release descheduler. And by that time, we'll have the daemon set controller using default scheduler for scheduling pods.
I see. Okay.
So that's the plan. I have a PR open which replicates the behavior of rescheduler and descheduler, but Avesh is thinking like, if we are going to have in 1.12 the daemon set scheduler, scheduling daemon set pods, there is no point in having this feature. So
yeah, I agree with that. So that's the plan. So we want to basically enable default scheduler for scheduling daemon set pods, and in that case, I don't think we need the rescheduler feature.
So what I was thinking is in the next dot release or the next mini release, we can actually remove the rescheduler and then use descheduler. That's what I was thinking. But if you want to have it till 1.12, I'm fine with it as well.
Okay. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think it's fine if we just go ahead and just get rid of reschedule. I don't think we need it anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah. So okay, one more. Do you have any other thing to want to say?
Yeah, so I'll get back to you on this by tomorrow or by Monday latest, like which option we are fine with, so that we can make a decision. And the second thing that I want to talk about is graduating quota for priority classes. So Vikas has created an issue for it and he has started working on writing some tests. So it needs a label. Probably either you or Klaus can add that milestone label for 1.12.
Sure, yeah. I will be happy to help. Just as I said before, I have given up on GitHub notifications. There are too many. I cannot really keep up with those. So please just use Slack or whatever to reach out to me, and then I'll be happy to help. Yeah, thanks. I just saw it. All right, one more quick update from myself. One thing that I wanted to actually say or talk about a little bit, we're running out of time, but just very quickly, one idea that we have about for improving performance of the scheduler is to check feasibility and also score a fewer number of nodes in a cluster instead of scoring or checking feasibility of all the nodes in the cluster. So the idea here is that once we find a certain number of nodes that are feasible for running a pod, then we can stop and score only the ones that we have found so far and not go with the rest of the nodes in the cluster. This can help improve performance of the scheduler at the cost that the node that we choose for running the pod may not have the highest score in the whole cluster. Basically, we are going to have a maybe local optimum node, but not a globally optimum node. We think it shouldn't really impact schedulers' behavior much. So hopefully this can help. And as this is probably not going to make any difference in smaller clusters. We are going to set a very fixed value as the minimum number of nodes that we are going to score. For example, maybe we set it to 100. So any cluster with less than 100 nodes will not see any difference. And for larger clusters, larger than 100 nodes, we will probably score the maximum of 20% of the cluster or 100 nodes. And also we make this value configurable so that people can change it as they like. So we are planning to move this feature to alpha in 1.12, and I'm working on it currently. I may need some help to finish this. I'm working on a PR right now. So once that first PR is in, I may ask some folks in the community to help moving the rest forward. That's all. We are 1 minute over time, or actually 2 minutes over time now. If you have anything quickly, please go ahead. Is there anything? All right. Then let's
No.
finish this meeting today. Yes,
Yeah.
I heard something. Klaus, do you want to say something?
Oh, I think you in the last meeting, I think you have discussed about meeting time.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Do you
Yes.
have any comments about that?
Yes, I think I think we don't need to get any conclusion at this meeting, but I think we can start a thread in the group to align the meeting time about this one.
Sure. What is your preference, actually, for guys who are present in this meeting? Since our evening meeting is mostly at a time that you guys can attend from China.
For personally, my time is more flexible. I can start the meeting from about 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. China time.
Okay.
So I think I can meet most of the time, but I'm not sure the others. So yes, so I think we can start a thread about this one. Maybe some survey or maybe some others. Yeah.
Sure. Sounds good. All right.
Yeah.
Any other people have any comments about the meeting time? All right. Okay. So let's finish this meeting. I will see some of you folks next week. Thank you very much. And
Okay.
bye.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Thank you.